Hi everybody, I hope everyone's doing well. This video I will be sharing with you guys a few of my beauty basics, inexpensive beauty basics that you can purchase very easily in a drugstore. So if you guys are interested, do stick around. So I know on my channel, I frequently share with you guys a lot of the more premium or luxury beauty brands or products, but there are quite a bit of things or products that I actually constantly replenish, and they're just from the drugstore, and I think they're amazing beauty staples, and these are some of the things that I will be sharing with you guys today. A lot of these products you can purchase in Walgreens, in CVS, and if you're in Canada, Shoppers Drug Mart. They're really more of the drugstore level brands. I do have ones or new ones that I will be sharing with you guys, and the others maybe I've mentioned before, but anyway, this is the updated version. So I'm going to begin with tools, and more often than not, I usually recommend to a lot of people to always invest on very good tools that they use to apply things on their skin. So these are makeup brushes, sponges, skincare products if they have direct contact with the skin. I really prefer to invest more in them, but there are a few tools, specifically one specific brand that have come out in the past few years that I know everyone has heard about, that I think has done an amazing job of providing quality tools that are more budget friendly. So if you're not really, or you're just beginning with makeup, or you don't really have the budget currently to be spending on a MAC brush or a Tom Ford or a Dior brush, this is a good alternative. These are the Real Technique brushes, and I've only ventured into the base or the complexion ones. I purchased the base Flawless Core collection. For some reason I still have the packaging. I think I purchased this a year or 2 years ago, and so they come, the collection comes with 4 brushes, and so you have the Expert Face Brush, which is the largest brush, and then you have this contour brush, and then the 2 smaller brushes are the pointed foundation brush, and then you have a detail brush. The one that I use the most from this set almost on a daily basis, and is probably one of my top brushes for applying foundation, has got to be the Expert Face Brush. I think it does such an amazing job, and it really is, for the price point, the best and inexpensive foundation applicator that I have. Very similar to the Sephora brush number 56. And it's this one right here, and the Cover FX foundation brush, which is like holy grail. This is most expensive, medium price range, and the most inexpensive is the Real Techniques, but very comparable. Honestly, very, very comparable. And I think on its own, this is $9 US. And then the next one that I get to use the most is the contour brush. I think this is a good alternative for the MAC tapered brush. And even the NARS tapered brush, or I forget what it's called, but it does an amazing job of just, because of how small the point, it's not super tapered, but because of the shape that it has, it really does a good job in just putting bronzer or just contouring the face in the right areas, and I think it is amazing for the price point as well. So after the brushes, I guess foundation or base products that I do repurchase constantly from the drugstore. Concealers, definitely Maybelline does a very good job. I think the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles, very, very good. You know, very similar actually to a lot of higher end or mid-range concealers. And the Maybelline Mineral Power Concealer is also amazing for brightening the under eye. So these are 2 concealers that I've repurchased a couple of times. Now for foundation or complexion products, I used to really like Revlon Photo Ready, and then I just kind of outgrew that. And now after all these years, there are 3 brands or products that I really highly recommend from the drugstore, and I think they are their quality, or at least their finish, maybe not the ingredients and the quality, but the finish and the way it performs is very similar to a lot of, or comparable to a lot of higher price range products. Boots number 7, I think, does an amazing job. Boots number 7, which you can get in Canada, you can get them in Shoppers Drug Mart. I think in the US they're available on Target. Yes, I think in Target. they do an amazing job in liquid foundation. They're medium to full, they're buildable. I have backups of the Lifting and Firming foundation, and recently I've just started using the Beautifully Matte, and I think for humid weather like in the Philippines or in Manila, it is an amazing foundation. One of my holy grail foundations of all time, and this is the only drugstore one that makes it in my list. It's the Vichy Dermablend foundation, and this is corrective foundation, and that's how it looks. In Canada, Vichy is as we know, it's a skincare brand, so they have a lot of skincare products as well. And this is from Vichy Laboratories, and this one is a French pharmaceutical brand, if I remember right. And this one you can get in all Canadian drugstores, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, London Drugs. So this is very common, very easy to find. I think in the US, probably a few CVS, I'm not so sure, but this is full coverage, lightweight, and good for the skin. And recently, one of the foundations from the drugstore that I've been using quite frequently is the L'Oreal True Match. It is a beautiful natural finish. It's buildable, and it gives me medium to full coverage, which I like. Now I'm gonna go to lip products, and in spite of me loving Dior lip glosses and lip polishes, there are a lot of great alternatives in the drugstore if you're on a budget. Annabelle is a drugstore brand, and I'm not so sure where in the US you can get it, but in Canada you can get them in all drugstores. This is how it looks. This is my go-to just daily lip liner. This is Demure 405, and it really is just, I don't know how to describe it, but it just is very good quality for the price. This is like 5 Canadian, so it's a very good staple that I have backups of. And then of course the EOS Lip Balm. They always come out with new flavors, and I usually just grab one. It's not exactly like the Nuxe Lip Balms, but I like them as a base for a lip product. I think they're amazing. I think they prevent the lips from feathering, and they're just very good as a base, so I usually have backups of this. The Burt's Bees Rejuvenating Lip Balm with Acai Berry. Of all the Burt's Bees, this is the only one that doesn't make my lips feather, and similar to the EOS, it just is a wonderful daily base for my lips. And then there is the brand Milani, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of the brand. I do have a few products for them, some of their blushes, but I think when it comes to lips, I think they're not really spoken about that much, but they're absolutely amazing. In fact, what I have on right now is one of their products. This is the Brilliant Shine Lip Gloss in 01 Bare Secret. This is how it looks. It's the one that I have on top of my Stella lip balm, and it's just, it stays put. It reminds me of the tackiness of a MAC lip gloss, but the finish is just beautiful. I guess that's all I can say. And this is their Color Statement Lip Liner in 03, a beautiful nude as well, and it's the one below. It is very, very soft and very creamy, even softer than the Annabelle lip liner. Products that you use for the eyes, and these I constantly do replenish. Okay, first and foremost, eye drops. Every time you put makeup, or even if you have a long day, you've been in the computer for long hours, my eyes tend to get dry and really red. I don't know if you guys can relate, but the Naphcon-A, Naphcon-A Eye Allergy Relief Eye Drops are the best. These are travel size. You can get them in a pack of 2, but I usually buy full sizes every time I travel to the US or Canada, just to bring it back with me, because I think in terms of really relieving the redness and taking the redness out, they are absolutely the best. Now for Canadian brush tools. I already shared the Real Techniques with you guys, but there is a Canadian brand. It's called Quo, and it's a private label brand that you can get in Shoppers Drug Mart, and they make amazing brushes. The first one is the Cream Eyeshadow Brush. This is how it looks. It looks like a very large paddle. It is very wonderful to clean and wash. It gets clean right away. The brushes don't break on you or lose its shape. It's beautiful for applying a primer under the eye, like a base, or even for applying concealer in the under eye, or just even foundation in certain smaller areas. Absolutely amazing. Any liquid or cream product. And then this one is the Eye Smudger Brush, which is very similar to the MAC brush. I forget what number it is, but this is how it looks. And it's just a very dense, short brush that is amazing for just smudging the eyeline or putting darker shadow in the crease. Just a lot of detail work. Precise application for shadow is absolutely beautiful. And then there is something of a love that I've had with this drugstore product, and it's by Jordana. And I think I've heard a lot of things from Jordana, but I think this is probably the best. And ever since I started using it, I've been using it on a daily basis and repurchase it in quantities every time I get a chance to. It's the best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara. As you see, this one is not yet open. I have two that are actually open in my vanity. And this is just an amazing daily mascara. It's $7.99, but it reminds me of like an in-between, not exactly as great as Le Volume de Chanel, obviously, and not as lengthening or as defining as Benefits the Real, but it's a nice in-between. And for $7.99, I would use this on a daily basis or as a primer for other mascaras. And then a recent love, and I have one opened actually in my vanity. This is the Maybelline Expert Wear Eye Pencils, and this is in Velvet Black. And I have been using this as an eyeliner, and it's just very, very precise in application, and I don't know, it just looks absolutely amazing. Not hard to work with. It's not as creamy as my more sophisticated or more premium products, but it just looks very clean and precise, and I've really been using it constantly on myself and on clients. Nails, there are two products that I always have to replenish, and they're not nail colors, but it's a Seche Vite Dry Fast Top Coat, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen. This is honestly the best, for me, the best and the fastest top coat that dries the nail. So I always have replenishments or backups of that. And the Onyx Professional 3-to-1 Dry Spray. I have a big version, I have a small version. You can get this in Walgreens, and I think the big one is only like $3.49 or $3.99. So definitely a staple that I always have with me. If you apply makeup as frequently as I do on yourself or other people, these are two things that are a must. This is by Kirkland. It's the Baby Wipes Unscented Tencel New Age Fiber. Absolutely a must. Amazing. I have to have this with me, whether I'm putting makeup on myself or putting it on someone else. It's just the best. You don't even need to use or keep on washing or using alcohol. It just takes everything out, and then you just wash with soap after. And you know, when you get color or foundation in your hands, this is a quick fix. And then the next one is the Precision Q-tips. Reaching small areas. This is very good when you're trying to clean the eye area, or you get any gunk in the eye while you're putting makeup, or you want to clean below the eye area. This is a beautiful, beautiful tool to always have with you. And I always have, whether it's the precision ones or just the regular Q-tips, I always have to have this with me. And the precision ones, of course, are just so much better for makeup artists or makeup use. So I think that is about it. I hope you guys found that interesting and informative. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day or a great evening.